Think about the timeline of also when you think you had your brain injured. And if it's after the birth of a child, if it was around the age of 40 to 50, you really want to start thinking about, is it that my hormones are jacked up and that's the reason my brain cells can't heal? And I am going to tell you, nobody else is going to be asking you to ask this question of you. I am. You know why? Because I know what can happen with hormones and turning around hormones. This happened to me. Well, okay, you got some brain symptoms, or you know you have brain injury, how to recover from it. Some of you might have heard my Amy Zellmer's podcast interview with me on the role of hormones and brain concussion, TBI injury. And so I'm going to just bring it to this group just to bring this up, which is hormone balance is the holy grail in brain recovery. And that's because, believe it or not, like your hormones, whether it's your ovarian hormones, which is estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, your adrenal hormones, DHEA, cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine, um, your thyroid hormones, all these hormones actually have a huge impact in your brain cells growing and developing and healing. And so for me, I am constantly, well, I wouldn't say shocked, maybe dismayed at how many doctors and how many patients have been going around, walking around, seeing neurologists, seeing, physiatrists about their brain symptoms, and they've had injury or they haven't. And regardless, nobody's testing their hormones. And I'm just going to tell you that this is why hormones is a huge part of our program, Transform Autoimmune Naturally, but it's also, we have a separate program called My Hormone Masterclass, because hormones play a crucial role. Because when you look at estrogen and progesterone balance, when you look at the role of testosterone, and you look at the role of DHEA and some of these adrenal cortisol hormones, even melatonin, all these hormones, actually, they're all hormones, they are crucial to your brain cells healing. So this is why, like many people, and I'm speaking about women at this moment, where they'll go through around, 40s, going through perimenopause, and their hormones are really changing. And then they happen to get a brain injury during that period of time, and their hormones suck, then they don't heal. Why is it some people heal from brain injury and some people don't? It's because of the hormonal imbalance that someone is in can literally be standing as the biggest obstacle to your brain healing. Does that make sense? And think about the timeline of also when you think you had your brain injured. And if it's after the birth of a child, if it was around the age of 40 to 50, you really want to start thinking about, is it that my hormones are jacked up and that's the reason my brain cells can't heal? And I am going to tell you, nobody else is going to be asking you to ask this question of you. I am. You know why? Because I know what can happen with hormones and turning around hormones. This happened to me, which is that I think I said I went into, over a period of 18 months, I had 3 car accidents. And then I had 2 neck surgeries, and the car accidents really injured my brain big time, with, concussion basically. And on top of it, there was, many of you talked about emotional trauma and also physical abuse. Those also played a factor in my brain injury. At the same time, I was going through horrible hormone imbalances and not knowing at the time, right? So, which is why for me, it's one of the things to really understand is hormones, all right? And I really think that working with a trained practitioner who's really an expert in hormone balance is really key. And most of you are going to go up kissing frogs about this because conventional doctors have 0 training in it. And many hormone specialists are not truly hormone balance specialists. Many hormone specialists are just interested in selling you pellets to put in your skin, under your skin, that most people don't even need. So for me, one of the ways to circumvent that is, that's why I created my Hormone Masterclass, because in my Hormone Masterclass, we actually have data, which is you got to test your hormones. It's not, I feel your hormone aura. Right? You got to test your hormones. You got to have training and education, because God knows your doctors don't know about it. So you need to educate and train yourself, because it's you against the entire world that doesn't know anything about hormone balance. So the my hormone masterclass includes all the hormone modules on you understanding those results. And then number 3, consultation, which is you actually currently in my hormone masterclass, we actually include a consultation with me to put it all together. So those are some of the pieces that are really important with hormones.